Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. So the coolest part about this job is we get to talk to some of the biggest names in the sport. And right now, there may be nobody better to talk to than Texas A&M head coach Mike Elko waking up with us here. The Aggies are hot, undefeated, number 3 in the AP poll. Coach Elko, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Love the Halloween costume.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, well, Katie, take it away then.
We're on theme here. What is your ideal breakfast sandwich? I'm talking bread. I'm talking best protein, type of egg, cheese, condiments. Take it away, please.
Yeah, so I know you're not going to believe this from my profile, but I'm a chicken biscuit guy, and I really don't.
Whoa!
Yes, sir.
I'm not an egg guy. I'm not a bacon guy. I'm not a sausage guy. I literally don't eat any of that stuff.
Wow.
But you give me a good chicken biscuit and I'm rolling.
Okay.
Coach, I'm a little surprised given the Jersey kind of origins there.
I know. So my wife's from New Jersey as well. Like, you get her a Jersey bagel with some egg and cheese on it, and she's in heaven for like a month. It's just never been my thing.
Wow.
Look, that's how you adopt the culture.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
That's how you go to the South and you become a leader. You go chicken biscuit like a man.
I was going to say, I thought Jersey had a 100% hit rate of Taylor ham.
Yeah, no, dude, it's crazy.
I didn't have a chicken biscuit. I think the first one I had when I was like 32, 33 years old. I didn't and you couldn't find one in the Northeast, but it didn't take me long living in the South to get hooked on those.
Nice.
Coach, so when you were hired at A&M a couple of years ago, I remember thinking this was a very shrewd hire by A&M, right? Because this is a guy that's going to bring toughness, that's going to bring culture. I see the grind acronym on your sweatshirt there. What does grind stand for?
Yeah, I think it's our internal motto. I think we took a word that kids throw around. Like, I've made this joke a lot. Kids throw this word around like, hey, I got up 11 o'clock this morning and I was grinding all day until 1 p.m. And so we just kind of wanted to use that as the backbone of our program. And so for us, it's grit, it's relentless effort, it's integrity in the middle, it's now, which is just kind of that be where your feet are thought process. And then the D is dependability, to kind of be the same person every day. And so it's what we live on in this program. It's a big part of what we want to do. And it just was a cool word for these kids to kind of put some meaning behind it.
And Coach, I mentioned this to you a bit off air, but I played at LSU back in the day, and Tommy Moffitt was our strength coach. He was there for 21 years. In my opinion, he's the best coach that I've ever had in my life. I said when he was hired by you that it was another great move, and that, look, I don't know what the wins and losses will be, but they will be tough. What has Coach Moffitt brought to that team as a strength coach? Because guys don't realize, like, those are the guys that you're with every single day of your life, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I did the same thing when I became the head coach at Duke. Everyone wants to talk about, offense, defense, X's and O's. And the first hire and the hire that I've spent the most time on at both stops is the strength coach, because the strength coach plays such a role in building your culture, building your toughness, building the things that show up in the fourth quarter when you got to win close games. And so I was able to do some research, and obviously Coach Moffitt was available at the time. And it's a hard resume to beat with everything that he's accomplished, the history of winning, the history of developing players to become NFL draft picks. It was a hard resume. And when I sat down and talked to him, I just was blown away with his intelligence and how well versed he was in the modern world of strength and conditioning. And it was an easy fit for me.
Coach, you guys are obviously having an awesome season here, undefeated, and a lot of that is, I'm assuming, having to do with your quarterback making a huge jump. Can you just talk about Marcel Reed's improvement this year and what you attribute that to?
Yeah, it's been cool to get to the other side of that conversation. I answered so many questions about him in the offseason, about his what he was capable of, and we had such confidence in him. And I've said this before, I think a lot of his growth, just for whatever reason, got overshadowed last year. But he's been a winner since we put him in as a starter. He's a kid who's really dynamic with his feet, and I think this year he's made a tremendous jump in his ability to sit in the pocket and deliver the football as a pocket passer. And so he's truly become a dual threat. And you can't find someone who's been better on the bigger stage this year than he has.
Yeah, man, LSU fans, we've certainly suffered at the hands of Marcel Reed now. Back-to-back years.
Now.
We can't do anything.
Hey, Coach, help me out with this because I feel like so much of your success thus far in College Station has been about the culture building, changing the culture, not letting the baggage of the past weigh you down. And one of the kind of jokes that we all like to make when we're, jabbing with A&M fans is Texas Satan 4, Texas Satan 4. How have you approached how have you approached changing these kids' mindsets so that they start to believe, and look, we're not going to be maybe falling into some of the same pitfalls as previous years?
Yeah, I think probably doing it the opposite way of other people or how people would think about it. We hit it right in the head. The first thing I did in my first team meeting was I put up who we are. Like, what is our record? What have we actually accomplished? What have we actually done? And the numbers were staggering, and it was okay. Like, it's okay to look in a mirror and say, we're not who we want to be. We're not where we should be. And just acknowledge that there's a lot of growth that needs to happen for us to be successful. And that's where it all started. And it wasn't, promising a million things. And it wasn't, hey, I'm here now, and so everything's fine. It was just laying out a blueprint of what we had to do and what had to change for us to go out and be successful. And, to the kids' credit, and I say this to them all the time, every coach comes in with a plan. At the end of the day, the kids are the ones that have to make the decision to change. They're the ones that have to make the decisions to believe in what we're doing. And, they could have just as easily said, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm not in, like, thanks, but no thanks. And they didn't, to their credit, they've been all in with everything we've asked them to do and everything that we've changed. And, obviously then you start getting results and results always lead to confidence and lead to build that belief.
And Coach, one thing that we had Brent Key on earlier in the week as well, and I asked him this, so I'm kind of interested to see what your technique is here. But so everything's going very well right now. It's a little bit of rat poison season, right? To steal the old Sabanism. How do you, and you got another big one coming up. You obviously have the bye, but then you're going to Mizzou on the road. How do you keep this team on task and doing the same things that have gotten you here in the first place?
Yeah, I think obviously that's the challenge. Now for us, and I've said this to people this week, we're fortunate because we were in a very similar position last year. Just to rub it in one more time, T-Bob, we beat LSU to go 5-0 and become the last remaining unbeaten SEC team. And quite honestly, we didn't handle that well. That was the first time A&M had really been in that position in a really, really long time. And, and then we go to South Carolina and we don't get it done. And we go to Auburn and we don't get it done. And so these kids had to learn the hard way what it means to finish and what it means to see this thing all the way through. And so, we've been able to draw on that. We've been able to draw on those experiences. And I just think this group has a confidence about what we've been chasing all year, and we weren't coming into this season just trying to be 8-0, just trying to get on a radar, just trying to get people to say something good about us. We want to be in Atlanta. We want to be in the playoffs, and we want to be competing for the biggest prizes. And to that end, we haven't done anything yet.
And Coach, now again, like I said, on the other side of this bye week, going to Mizzou, another hostile environment. You have a team though that seems to kind of thrive in the challenge. They seem to like going invading foreign lands and pillaging and taking the treasures back home. What kind of elements do you think are present in a team that's able to take the show on the road like that and get it done? Like, where does that come from?
I believe it comes from confidence, like real confidence. And I think real confidence gets built through work. I think our kids know what they've put in. They know how they practice. They know how they prepare. They know the things that they're doing to give themselves an opportunity to be successful every week. And so when you get into those moments in those hostile environments where, truth comes out, right? Like that's where it shows. I think they have a quiet confidence in what they've done and who they've built as a team. And so, they got, and then you have to have playmakers too. Like, don't forget that part. And so, we got a quarterback who's a dynamic playmaker. We got quite a few skilled kids on offense who can make plays, and we got an edge who can change a game. And those things obviously play a role as well.
Yeah, Coach, two-part question. Are you a big Halloween guy, costume guy like we are? And do you have any fun plans this weekend? Kind of getting out of the office, maybe hanging out, doing some cool things, anything like that?
Yeah, so I was the most boring Halloween costume guy ever. So like I was the kid in the neighborhood that like threw on his baseball uniform and dressed as a football player or whatever the case may be. And so you guys have outdone me with the costume thing my entire life probably this morning. But I am a big candy guy. So like you go around and you get that Laffy Taffy.
Yeah. Oh, Laffy Taffy, dude. There we go.
That's a good deal. And I said this yesterday on Feinbaum. My wife's birthday is Saturday. And so for the first time in a lot of years, I actually have some off time around her birthday in November. And so, try to take her out and get her some good
That lines up
well. Hell yes, dude. That's awesome, Coach. You have earned it. A lot of football left to be played. Very impressive what you're doing. On the way out here, since it is Wake Up Barstool, would you like to talk to our own resident Aggie, Casey Smith, who through the years has had to endure a lot of jabs and barbs, and yet now she's giving it back in heavy doses?
Yeah, if KC's around, I'd love to say hi.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, she's not here, so just speak to her.
I'm speaking to her
in
live
the
on
ether.
Barstool.
Yes,
Got it.
speak to her in the
Got
ether.
it.
I apologize.
Listen, don't take no crap from anybody, KC. The Ags are going proud. We're going to finish this thing the right way. You just keep pumping out Aggie pride, and we'll be fine.
Let's go.
Oh, man. Thank you, Coach. I'll never...
If only I had a coach that cared about me that way. Okay, I'm done.
Guys, they sawed it off in Tiger Stadium. Dark times for us. Anyway, great
Thank you,
times.
Coach.
Great time.
Thank you.
Great time at
Multiple
College
thank yous.
Station. Coach Elko, you're the absolute best. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there he
Thank
is. Hottest man in coaching, Mike Elko. What a guy. Great guy.
Stud.
Yeah. What he's done at A&M, man, again, it was kind of a blue collar hire for A&M after the big Sumlin contracts, the big Jimbo contracts, a roster that was overpaid, underperforming. He comes in there, gets some guys out of there, reestablishes a culture, gets Tommy Moffitt, and now this A&M team's as tough as anybody in the entire country.
Can I give you a Dana B fun fact?
Yes,
Yes.
I love a Dana B fun fact.
Ran a 40-yard dash on Kyle Field once. Fastest 40 I've ever ran.
Wow, what was it? Do you know the time?
No, I just felt really fast.
For those that have never been to Kyle Field, it is one of...
Beautiful.
It is the premier... I think in college football, there are tier 1 stadiums in that, kind of splitting between them is a little bit of splitting hairs, but Kyle Field, 1,000% a tier 1 stadium.
It's a must. It's a bucket list type of place.
When they do the sawed off in the third quarter, and it looks like the entire stadium, it messes with your perception.
Yeah.
It looks like the earth is moving. All right, guys. Okay, so everybody started.
I just can't. Every time it cuts to him, he's asking a question to an 8-0 NCAA football coach in a bacon suit.
I'm so hungry right now. I want to eat myself.
I like tinting my croissant fingers. Yes,
I
Coach.
also want to pay a compliment to Kadek. The bacon costume is actually really slimming. Like the black.
Yeah, it looks
side.
good. That's true.
He looks like he's just a strip of bacon.
Yeah.
You're just so skinny and petite, Kadek.
Little petit Katie, little petit Katie.
Let's go, Meg. Thank you.
You're welcome.
T-Mike. That's what we call him.
Petite Bobby.
T means petite, guys. All right. Last weekend, Dana Beers was in Cincinnati. The crowd was excited. He had a great field goal opportunity.
guys.
He's got a
Seriously?
Skyline
Oh,
Chili
no,
suit
Dana.
on.
Oh,
No, is Dana going to be
Keep
safe?
it buffering. Keep buffering it.
Here is Dana's kick. All the marbles.
Come on,
the Bearcat crowd. Look at him. They're all behind him.
It's
Dana,
just sad.
you said that everybody was telling you all day, make the kick. You better
Every
make the kick.
single person I walked by.
He went soccer style, thank God. And here it is, Dana Beers, life on the line.
It landed in the end zone.
That's landed in the end zone.
I am spending the whole next year.
Hammy, classic
just
hammy.
That was a classic fake hammy. Yeah.
Dana, I feel
All right.